Hello, fourth graders. This week we are going to be starting a science unit. Our science unit is going to be talking about waves. In the first few weeks of this unit, or the first few lessons, you're going to be learning properties of waves. And then in the end of the unit, you are going to be learning about how waves can be used to communicate. So this is lesson 1. We're going to use the whole week to go over lesson 1. So we have broken it into sections for you. This lesson is what are some examples of waves. Today you are going to be talking or completing the first part. After we're done reading, you're going to go ahead and complete these pages. It's observing the phenomenon. This is part of the investigation. It says discuss. Have you ever seen a crowd do the wave? Have you done it yourself? So here's a picture of people at a sporting event doing the wave. It says observe this phenomenon. At sporting events, the crowd does a movement called the wave. That's when they all put their hands up and then it goes around and around. It says try it. Do a wave as a class. We can't do it as a class, but maybe you could do it as a family. Why do you think this move is called the wave? How does this move compare to other types of waves, such as water waves or waves on a flag? Think of what you already know about the different types of waves and their similarities. Write questions you have. And you can go ahead and pause this and do these now, because we would like to know what kind of questions you have before you learn about it. All right, after reading, you are going to be able to complete the vocabulary. It says, fill in the paragraph below with the appropriate terms. So here's some words that we're going to learn about in the reading today. Trough, classify, matter, pattern, wave, rest position, crest. It says, a blank is a repeating blank of moving matter. A wave has crests and troughs. The blank is the highest point of a wave. The blank is the lowest point of a wave. Water waves, waves on a string, and sound waves all move through blank. The crest and trough form around a blank, or the position that matter is in before a wave travels through it. But matter moves differently in various types of waves. Scientists blank waves by how their matter moves. And then here is your science concepts. This is just going to be thinking right now about your understanding, okay? You're going to draw an X along each line. So down here there's a line so that you can gauge how is your understanding of what we're going to be learning about. Are you still learning it, or do you know it? In between is like, I'm still learning it, I kind of know it, I'm getting it, I understand most of it. This would be, I know about it. I don't need to keep learning. Okay, so it says all waves are a repeating pattern of moving matter. Before a wave travels through matter, it stays at rest. Then it goes through crests, highest points, and troughs, lowest points, but stays close to its original position. All three waves move through matter and spread out in every direction they can. You can classify the type of wave based on the pattern in which matter moves. In water waves, matter moves in circles. In waves on a string, matter moves side to side. In sound waves, matter moves forward and backward. So you will gauge your understanding of it. Are you still learning it, or do you understand it completely? You know it. Videos of waves, diagrams, and computer simulations are models used to understand types of waves. Videos show the pattern in which matter moves through a wave. Diagrams clearly show individual parts of the wave. Computer simulations allow you to see exactly how matter moves in each kind of wave. Are you still learning it, or do you already know about it? We are going to be reading about water waves today. When you're done, you will complete the vocabulary and the science concepts, and then you will be completing this text with notes activities. It says, So I want you to be thinking about it as we're reading. Imagine that you are sitting in a little raft in the middle of the ocean. Don't be scared. There are no sharks in this ocean. Explain what happens as you experience the waves passing by you. Write a paragraph that includes these terms: water waves, pattern, crest, trough, and circles. Make sure to explain how both you and the wave move. So here's you sitting in a raft in the middle of the ocean. You are going to explain what happens as the waves are going by you, how you're moving, how the waves are moving, using these terms. Remember, this just needs to be a paragraph, so you're kind of like telling a story about the waves going around you. Using the information from the text that we read today is going to be really helpful for you, because you have to use those domain-specific words. And if you look through, you can already see that most of all of them are going to be described to you in the text as we read it. The first section that we're going to read for today is water waves. Have you ever thrown a pebble into a puddle of water? When you do, water splashes and ripples of water spread out from where the pebble landed. These ripples form a wave, and you can see in the picture here, these ripples form a water wave. So here's the splash, and here's the ripples that are coming out as a wave. Water waves move in repeating patterns. A wave moves along matter, or anything that takes up space. So remember, that's a context clue. So matter is anything that takes up space. A wave is a repeating pattern of moving matter. A wave has crests and troughs. A crest is the highest point of a wave. So here where you see that they build up, that's the crest. A trough is the lowest point of a wave. So you can see where it dips down, that's the trough. Crests and troughs form around a rest position, or the position that matter is in before a wave travels through it. So you can see the water out here that's flat and calm is resting. For example, before you threw the pebble in the puddle, the water was still. So the water was at its rest position. One example of a wave is a water wave, which is a wave that moves along the surface of water. The water moves in small circles when a wave travels along it. When you throw a pebble into the water, a wave forms that moves along the water's surface. When you throw a pebble into a puddle, the highest point of the ripple is the crest. The lowest point of the ripple is the trough. One crest and trough is often followed by many other crests and troughs. The wave spreads and forms the pattern that you see. Water waves in the ocean are like those in a puddle, but bigger. The wind pushes the ocean water, and the water forms a pattern of crests and troughs. So you can see over here, there is a diagram. We'll zoom in on it. It says, a water wave is a wave that moves along the surface of water. Like all waves, water waves move in a repeating pattern of crests and troughs. So you can see the water wave. Here's the rest position before it started waving and it was calm. It was at this line. And then when the wave started happening, then the crest and trough and crest and trough. And the direction of the wave is going this way. Okay, we're going to continue reading. Do you already have ideas of how you're going to explain how the water's moving? If you're sitting in a boat, so imagine that your boat is sitting in here. How is the water moving as it goes by you? What about those crests and the troughs? And then, how are you moving? So remember, it says that water moves in a circle when it's a water wave. Matter in water waves moves in circles. So here's where we're going to get more information about that. You now know how the crests and troughs of water waves move, but how does the matter that the waves move along move? In a water wave, the matter moves in circles. The water, sorry, my dog is barking. The water that the wave travels through is the wave's matter. The matter does not travel with the crest and troughs, so it does not travel far from where the waves started. If you watch a duck, ooh, this might be helpful for you because you're going to be like a raft in the water. If you watch a duck bob on a wave, you might notice that it moves in small circles. The duck moves in circles because the water moves in circles. The circles are small since the water does not move far from where the wave started. So the duck does not travel far either. The matter of a wave in a puddle moves in the same way. Picture a wave in a puddle with a leaf floating on it. When the wave moves under the leaf moves in a small circle. It moves up it moves up as a crest moves under it, and then moves down as a trough moves under it. So think about you being the leaf, but you're in a raft. Like the leaf, the water moves in small circles. Have you ever seen waves near an ocean shore? The water in these waves falls forward instead of moving in circles. These waves are called breaking waves. The water of these waves get taller near the shore and then falls forward onto the shore. Ooh, like it's gonna break the shore, or maybe it's breaking the water along the shore. Then it moves backward into the ocean. Instead of moving in small circles, the water moves on and off the beach. And then here's the matter of a wave. And you can see here's the cup. That would be like your raft, right? And then it moves, then it rounds, and it makes a circle. So it says, like all objects on a water wave, this cork, oh, I thought it was a cup. It's a cork. This cork moves with the wave's matter. It moves up as the crest of the wave moves under it. Then it moves down as the trough moves under it. So you see, it's not like a sideways circle. It's like a circle, like jumping up in the air type of circle because of the waves and crest. So you see it stays here, and then it's moving up, and then it moves up more towards the crest, and then a trough comes and it starts moving down, and here's the center of a trough. So if you think about it, it moves around and around because of the crest and the trough, and the crest and the trough, and the crest and the trough. So think about you in a raft. What would happen? Make sure you explain how both you and the wave move using water waves. So you could talk about how the water waves are coming around your boat and in a pattern of crests and troughs, and then explain how those crests and troughs make your raft and you move in circles. Be sure to include information from your text to support your answer or to explain how the movement is happening. Let us know if you have any questions.